Well, hello, everyone. Today's guest is the voice and realtor of Bucks County. Anna Daley isn't just selling homes, she's building community, content, and connection in her region. As founder of What's Up in Lower Bucks, she's uniquely positioning herself as the local influence. Today, you're going to hear how she blends media, real estate, and authenticity. Let's go. Hello, Anna. How are you? Welcome.
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Well, Anna is a Pennsylvania licensed realtor. She's deeply rooted in Bucks County. She's the founder and driving force of What's Up in Lower Bucks. It's a local platform that connects residents, businesses, and real estate in her area. Anna's unique blend of community voice, content creation, and real estate acumen gives her a powerful platform. And here's the thing, y'all, her identity as a local leader and realtor gives her influence, trust, and unmatched position in her market. Anna, welcome to the call. We're so happy that you're here.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's jump in.
Yes, yes. Okay, so everyone has a story about how they got into the business. Can you share with us your journey into becoming a realtor?
Yeah, so when I got licensed, I had a corporate job, working for like a national home builder,
Mhm.
and I was happy with that. But my best guy friend was like, he's a teacher, and he goes, "Why don't you just get your license and we can like hang out at the office, like right down our street, and we can just do business together." I'm like, "All right, like whatever." Like I just really did it because he made a suggestion, and I'm like, that
Yeah,
could be good. Like, that could be a nice little side job. And
yeah.
it was great. Like, I got licensed, and yeah, it was wonderful because I got to help people that I work with at my corporate job. Um, and then so I kind of, it was always part-time until about 2009 when
Mm.
I kept getting laid off from my corporate jobs. Like it was like aside from the universe, like business was slow in that industry. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it as a sign and just go full time. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, and I'll be honest, like I did not know how to run my business until really shortly before I came over to EXP. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of like now that I look at it, I'm like, I definitely treated it like a hobby because
Yeah,
I didn't feel like I had the proper training or guidance, but what
of
we had
course.
unmatched.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because a lot of people get into real estate and it's like dual career at
Yeah.
first. And eventually they become full time, but they kind of start that way and then get the confidence to just say, you know what, corporate job, you know what, 9 to 5, I'm done. I don't need you anymore. It was a great tool to use to kind of grow in my business and leave it alone. Yeah, you're not the only one that I know of that has done that. I think that's really cool because real estate is sales and it's about relationships and it can be kind of scary just kind of like doing it in the first place, but when you can kind of ease into it and then use the skills that you learned at that 9 to 5 corporate job, using those skills in your business, and then like you said, those people were your clients, like you were marketing to. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of crazy because I'm like, you want to make sure you do a good job because if not, like I'm seeing this person every day, right?
That's true.
So, but no, luckily it all worked out.
Yeah, yeah. So when you finally decided, you said, because you had been getting laid off and things like that, when you finally decided to go into real estate, are there some things that you kind of, some key things that you pulled from that 9 to 5 that you use in your business? Like maybe how, you communicate with people or maybe follow up or maybe being organized. Did you pull some of those skill sets from the 9 to 5 and put it into your real estate business?
Yeah, I mean, at my corporate job, I had to be very organized, detail oriented, kind of be like a liaison between like key people. So yeah, that definitely tied right into real estate, which was super helpful.
Yeah, yeah. And I love this because, people that are watching this video are probably, just like you, kind of like, okay, I'm really interested in being in real estate. I'm a good fit for real estate. But I don't have this job that gives me so much security and and I'm used to and I'm comfortable. I have friends here. It's paying the bills, it's getting things done. Can I really make it? Do I really have the skill sets to make it in real estate? And they can look at you and say that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's totally doable.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you just I didn't really think that corporate job would prepare me for real estate, but yeah, I mean, same thing with corporate, like unexpected things come up and you just got to learn how to deal with it and just move forward and provide solutions for your client.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Let's talk about where you live. So you're in Pennsylvania. You work the Pennsylvania area, but more specifically, uh, Lower Bucks County, right?
Right. So I'm right outside of Northeast Philly, but I was born and raised in Bucks County, so it's just the area I'm super familiar with, and that's what I like where most of my clients end up being.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very cool. It's kind of for me. I live in an area now that I market heavily as well. I When I first started, I was kind of like all over the place here in Georgia. I was north, I was south, I was east, I was west. I mean, I would go far to, for clients. And then I realized, hey, like I could really, dial it in some and really work, in the general surrounding area. So how has that been for your business? Were you like that at first? Were you like me where you were kind of going anywhere in Pennsylvania, anywhere in Philly, and then you decided, you know what, I need to narrow it down some?
I still go all over, not all the time, but I do
Mhm.
make exceptions. Like I have a client now that we're looking in the Poconos, that's an hour and a half away, but
Okay.
it's in an area that I have my vacation home, so I'm very familiar with it, and I feel like everyone should experience the Poconos, so I'm happy to do that drive and
Okay.
show them the area. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'll still do, I mean, especially if it's a referral from someone that trusts me, I will go further out just to serve that client. But
Okay.
mainly it is had it's been more narrowed down to like Philly, like the city, and people relocating to the suburbs here in Bucks
Yeah.
County.
Yeah. I like that too because it's the same for me. Like there's an exception to every rule, So like depending on the situation, yeah, I'll go an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours out. But for the most part, yeah, the general area because I know it and I can
Mhm.
speak to it so easily. If they have a question about, I mean, I have friends that are work at the schools and that own businesses in the city in which I live. So it's easy for me to help my client when it comes to selling and buying because I can answer a lot of questions, and everything like that. So it makes them excited, it makes them feel comfortable. So yeah, I'm the same way. Like there's an exception to every rule, but in general, yeah, I like to kind of focus on the area in which I live too.
Mhm.
So what makes Bucks County, what makes that area so special?
Like I said, I guess I'm biased just being born and raised, but
Right.
it's so beautiful. What I love about it is you kind of get like that suburban feel, but you are so close to the city. Philly, you're and like a little over an hour train ride to New York. The location is just prime for whatever you want to do. And like I said, an hour and a half to the Pocono area. So it's central to a lot of things. So you will never run out of things to do year round here.
Yeah, yeah. Which makes it easier to sell it to your clients too. Like it, like you're able to say that, like the area, so it makes it easier to sell. So you're very involved in your community. You have your Zumba group. You have the parents that go to your daughter's school and things like that. And so your connection to your community is really strong. So tell me about the group that you started, the your community that you started to really showcase how lovely Bucks County is.
Yeah, so it started out, so originally, so the name What's Up in Lower Bucks, that was my hashtag when I used to do market report to my daughter when she was
Oh,
when she was really small.
mhm.
Um, and then that kind of evolved into I'm like, well, why don't I start like a page to kind of be a resource to people that are looking to move in our area or people that live here and had no idea these places exist.
Yeah.
And then a couple months after that, I'm like, why don't I take it to the next level and create a community so that people can experience what this county has to offer. So, yeah, the
Yeah.
first event we had was supporting a local restaurant,
Wow.
Gurus. If you haven't been, the best Indian food around. So yeah, it was a perfect launch. And what I love too is the owner. She supports like animal sanctuaries, and she's very involved, like helping the animals. So I mean that speaks to me.
Right, right. Well, Anna, that's brilliant. Like that's the whole point. I think that, back in the day, my mom, when she's a real estate broker. So back in the day, she would, in order to stay connected, she would send out mailers. So literally putting things in envelopes, postage stamps, addressing them and mailing them out, and building her community that way. But now it's different. Now it's different. That we have social media. We have Google reviews. We have all these different things. So I think that's brilliant how you decided, hey, let me just again narrow it down, speak to the people that I can speak best to, in a way that they can consume it and receive it. That was brilliant. Yeah, I love that idea. And so that ties right back into your business, because what happens is you're considered a resource. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's usually Mondays or every other Monday, I will share the market report just so people know what's
Wow.
going on in our
Yeah,
community, what's our median sale price, how long our home's sitting on the market, and it varies. So I like to keep people informed about what's going on here.
yeah, yeah. So if you were to be speaking to an agent, let's just say a new agent, right? A new agent who's getting ready to start something, um, what would you say to them? Would you tell them like, hey, build a community, like get out in your community and be the go-to person? Is that something that you would share with them to help them to get started?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our business is all about relationships, and what better way than to build your own community where people, they trust you, what you're sharing, and yeah, just they know to go to you for, you know, any information that they need real estate related or community wise.
Yeah, yeah. Build a community. That is it. And you don't have to be a, Ivy League college graduate to do this, right? You just have to know your stuff, and you have to be, and that right there, in real estate and sales, I think for me, in my mind, I believe that in sales, people can get kind of leery. They're like, they're trying to sell me. But when you have a community and you're pulling in, you're highlighting businesses, right? You're highlighting a special place in that city that people hold near and dear. You're highlighting the special holidays that are celebrated in that city. That's not just Anna, that's the community. That's where the trust, like that's where the trust comes in.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's going to be the reason why someone says, hey, I like her, you know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, as you know, it's better obviously to work with people that know who you are already, get a sense of your being, because you don't want to work with someone that you're just not a good fit with, right? So,
Hmm.
having a community, being on video, people get a sense of who you are and see if
Yep.
you vibe or not.
Yep. That's true. That's true. That is brilliant. I love that. So let me ask you this. As you've been going on in your career and you've been growing your community and growing your clientele base, has there been any challenges that you've experienced where there were great lessons learned? Because I don't know, I got a lot of stories on things that I've learned, but um, is there anything, like any challenge in particular that you can think of, if it was recent or in the past, that you can share with us in your real estate business that you kind of gotten through?
Yeah. So if I could tell a new agent, stick to your boundaries and make sure your client knows what to expect. Uh,
Mm,
when I first started, I would cancel vacations because, a client wanted to go see a home. And I'm like, no, I need to respect what I'm doing, like for my mental sanity, like to go on
yeah,
vacation,
yeah,
decompress. And yeah, so if you, like I said, at the buyer consultation or whatever, you let them know what hours you're available during the week. You let them know. I mean, if I have a vacation, I make sure to email my client and say, hey, I'm out of town. But
okay.
in the event that you need to see a property, please contact my associate at this number. So make sure you have someone, another agent that will have your back, so that you can get out for a couple days.
Yeah, that's it. Because when I started real estate, I was young and I just was, you know, full of energy and I was eager because I had a daughter to take care of. And I really didn't have any boundaries. And that wore me out. That wore me out. And so when I talk to anyone that I mentor and they're new to the business, I tell them the same thing you just said. I'm like, family first. Do not put your child stuff to the back. My daughter missed ballet practice, and stuff like that. And because they wanted to see the house, they needed to see it. And I needed to be there. And that's so silly. That's just so silly.
Yeah. It's
Don't do that.
yeah, I mean, I think it's a hard lesson as agents that we have to learn it the hard way.
We
But
do.
mhm.
Yeah. But, for you all that are watching, don't learn the hard. We're telling you, don't be like us. Don't, set the boundaries. And it's not like, and they're fine with it because you know what, Anna, the reality is when the grocery store is closed, they can't go to the grocery store. They accept that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Our clients go on vacation mid-transaction too. So things pop up and you work around it.
Hmm. And it's also a great conversation piece. Oh, you're going to I don't know, you're going to California for your vacation. Wow. Well, don't forget, they may tell you, don't forget to try this restaurant. I mean, so it makes for great conversation
Mhm.
before you go to the vacation and after. You
Yeah.
know, I believe people do like boundaries. I believe that people don't mind it at all, and they respect it, and they look at you as of a professional when you lay it all out at the consultation. This is what it looks like. This is what we're going to be doing here. This is what you can expect. And they're like, okay, good. Now they know how to move. That's incredible. That's good advice. Can you walk me through some things about um, your area that makes it um, so special to you? Like you said, you grew up there, and so you have an attachment to it that way. But has is there like new development there that you're able to kind of like new homes, new construction, or anything like that that just makes it even more special than what it was before?
Um, so my gym that I belong to, Newtown Athletic Club, I mean, they're ranked one of the top gym or, you know, healthy lifestyle gyms in the country. And
Oh,
I have to vouch for it. Like I said, I joined maybe like over 10 years ago. I don't even know how long I've been a member, but
mhm.
like I said, everyone is so welcoming. I've built, such strong friendships with my dance crew. Um, and really it's just they offer everything you could want. Like they have their reformer Pilates, you have bar, we're working on like the hot yoga studio, all the dance. So if you're into like healthy lifestyles, like definitely the club is there. In the
Mm,
summer, they have the pool, the adult only side and the kids side with like water slides. So it's honestly for a family or if you don't, it's a perfect place to escape. It really is like a resort.
yeah. I really like that. I like that you're doing that and that you are really a reflection of that area. So you really are the go-to person. You really made yourself out to be the go-to person because you are a reflection of the area. And I think it's really important for agents to understand like when you decide to become a real estate agent and you're in general sales. Now, new construction, I can't speak to that. But if you're in general sales, how do you stand apart? What are you offering? Like when I think of Anna or when I think of Shonnie, what comes to mind? That's really important. That's marketing. Like when you think of grocery stores or when you think of a certain color or something like that, it reminds you of that grocery store or that I don't know clothes brand or whatever. So that's the same thing for us. We have to do what it takes to stand apart, and we have to know our stuff, and we have to actually live it. Here in Georgia, there's a city, the city I live in. It has all kind of activities, Anna. So much fun, and I go. Like I literally go to those events. You will see me there. Um, and some people will say, "Hey, I recognize you," you know, because I'm out and about. I know the business owners. I go and say, "Hey, I know them by name," and I go in there and talk to them and things like that. And so, with if you have questions about the city in which I live and that I'm marketing, I'm all up and through there. I'm all up and through there.
Well, you need to build your community there, right? Start your social club.
That's exactly what I'm doing. And um it's fun too because real estate is not just here's the thing. Real estate is not just real estate sales. There's a whole lot more that comes with it. And that may not be spoken of when people are taking the real estate course. Yeah. You know, when you pass a test and you got your license and you're like, I got my license. It's like, okay, so now what?
Right?
So it's like, hey, what do you do now? And it's just, you're being yourself, but you have to be a resource. And I believe that what you're doing is really important. And I just really want the audience to understand how powerful it is to set yourself apart, to become part of your community, to embrace it, and then showcase it, just
Yeah,
like what you're doing. Yeah, that's the key to embrace it and showcase it. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, um, for you viewers that are watching, if you are deciding right now, you're watching this video and it's information gathering. You're just trying to figure out like, what do I want to do and how do I want to do it? Consider us a resource. We're here to help you. If you haven't, reached your goals of making, if you're new, then you're brand new to everything. But if you're already in business and you haven't reached your goals yet, so, to make $100,000 any given year, contact us. In our group, we strive to do better than we did the year before. And you want to be a part of a group that's going to help you to accomplish all of your goals, to help you to make your money, set your boundaries, and all that. So give us a call. Our information is down below. You'll see our links, and you can speak to either Anna or myself about, learning how to figure out who to align with and grow your business. So, Anna, do you have any last words you want to share with the viewers today?
Um, I will, the only thing I could speak on is that I've been around, in the industry for a while and I've been to a lot of different brokerages, but I can honestly say with confidence, I've never experienced anything that what we have in our organization here.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to learn more, then you have to contact us.
Yes, absolutely. We cannot wait to speak to you in the very near future. Again, down below is the link and our information, and you all take care. Thank you, Anna.